Today's an exciting day for me, not just because the sun's shining again and I'm about to go for a bike ride, but I'm also picking up a Let's Go camper van and I'm, as the name suggests, gonna go. Get out of here, go, finally get out of Sydney, can't wait. I'm gonna pack the van with my son, all going well, and then a couple of bikes, maybe a couple more, and then a bunch of product. And my hope is that we find a nice spot and I go riding and he goes riding with me and we talk, and then when I get back I'll talk about the product. That's the aim. With the filthy weather I haven't gone and tested some product that I've got to review, but I'll be doing that. So, off for a bike ride. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, just one more thing. Behind me is a collection of bikes stacked up. I'll talk about them later. There's a reason why they're all stacked up. We'll get to that. So before I set off on my first ride as a 52-year-old, I'm going to get something new. Yes, the product reviews begin immediately. Okay. What you might not be able to tell is that there's a little POC there, POC logo. Okay. See? A sweet little baggie, obviously. I'll read about it later, but what I will tell you now is that these little fellas, if you can see them, they are unbelievably light. Ooh. There's a little sticker there. Ooh. Can you see them? What do you think of that? Okay. So, there you go. Super duper light. Don't even know their name. I'll get that little sticker off out. I keep saying that. See it.
It's possible to ride a bike again. Yes! Look at this, have a look. Haven't seen that for a bloody long time. Mate, M8, that aims south from near my office. Watch this, ready? Slap in the face with the sun. Oof. Hey, how are those sunnies, Rob? Schmick. Can't feel them on my face. Bloody beautiful. You can probably see my camera, sorry about that. So, I'll try and figure out how I'm going to explain all that I've got to explain. Bear with me. If you know me, and you've seen my videos before, you know the beautiful vista that's to come next. Ready? Starts with the shed, and then you getting that? Beauty of Alexandra sewer. Thanks, Paolo. Time to ride. Just gonna do my usual lap route. Boring scenery. Could be interesting conversation. Bear with me. Just getting used to all of this again. The pedaling thing. In truth, it's taken me 6 kilometers to basically just get used to pedaling again, and to dry conditions, and to being outside, and to being cold. But it's bloody good to be back. Every time I've had a pause from the bike, when I ride again, it's such a, I can't believe it because I've been riding so long, like 47 years, let's say. And every time I get back on the bike like I have today, after a pause, I'm like, far out, it's like a revelation. Hey, this is really good. Duh. Anyway. So, kind of like a, hang on. Yeah, 7:30 start rather than a pre-sunrise, pre-dawn. Because after so long without rain, the roads would have been simply packed with bike riders, like just chomping at the bit, knowing that rain's coming again, and knowing there's this tiny little window of opportunity to ride. So I've gone a bit late to avoid everyone else. I just didn't know how my legs would be. You'd think I'd never seen blue sky in my life. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about the weather. That's another thing that happens if you've been off the bike for a while in rainy conditions. When you get out again, you start talking about how beautiful the weather is. All right, I'll stop doing the weather report and try and get back to the old cycling commentary. Sunnies, helmet. I've got a new POC helmet, all right? I've got new wheels, I've got a whole lot of different stuff, and I'm going to talk about it while I'm riding, eventually. And I'll stop doing the weather report sometime, at one point. So, new wheels, remember them? I started talking about them last ride, end of June. Now it's probably about 8th of July. And I am noticing a little pull on the side, in the crosswinds. I'm gonna, when I'm out and about, I'm gonna switch to 28mm, because these are 32mm. And apparently it can take anything from 26 through to like 52mm, these rims. Anyway, they're hooked. They certainly feel fast. And I've come to the goat track of Sydney, the world famous goat track of Sydney, Heffron Park. I'm just going to do some laps of this shithole. Remind myself how to pedal, get a little bit of happiness in those cheeks, and see if I can conjure some thoughts about what I need to talk to you about. So there's the lightest of westerlies blowing. I'm on that stretch. Right, about to go in through a sand pit, and it's really not a strong crosswind just then, but it feels a bit awkward. I think that the 32mm tyres, I don't know, they just feel to sit a bit high, and it feels like there's more of a pronounced ridge on the tyre or something. What is that possible? I mean, I rode these same tyres with different wheels. I wonder. Anyway, just trying to gauge it. For a microsecond there, I was about to do a second lap, and then I thought, I can't do it. I was going to show you my bike instead, but she just fell over. So you know how I was just talking about crosswinds and these wheels? Yeah, well, there's cross breeze, and when you're standing with your bike against a tree, they don't handle the wind too well, those wheels. Yeah, so I'm going to go somewhere else and I'll photograph them. It didn't work out because I was going to be ironic and show you my favourite tree in Sydney and my beautiful bike. But there's only so many times you can do that joke. Anyway, onwards with my ride to get away from this dump. If you love it, yeah, well, I don't know, you're different to me. Right, so finger wharf here. So crosswinds, yes, that impacts these wheels. You know why? Because they're just deeper dish, like they're a higher rim, like they're that, rather than that. And that makes a difference. So boom, that's my conclusion. Oh, it's nice to be back on the bike. I got real grumpy for a while, a few days there, real grumpy. And I realised it's because I hadn't been riding. And lots of different things. Who cares? You don't care, I don't care. Life's good again, it doesn't matter. Here's Macca. I'm gonna have a chat with him, I haven't seen him for a week. I'm sitting still, and I will say, while I've got them in shot, I can feel how fast they are. I can also feel that they're grabbing the crosswinds, and I've said that, I'm making a call. So there they are. Princeton, 5,550, no, what is it? 5,550 dual. And they're said to be all purpose. Well, that kind of surprises me. Now, here's the deal. You can put tube tyres in them. I know that much. Boom. I'm not going to at this point because I've still got my sealant in there. First ride had a puncture. Sealant did the job. Went a bit soggy. Found it a little bit squirrely and difficult to manage because that's what happens when you get a slightly lower or deflated tyre. Duh. Sunnies, holy mackerel. Like, I'll tell you what I like about them. There's heaps. Number one, they're super duper light. Number two, they fit all in neatly there, so there's no pushing and shoving with the strapping. That's what I like about them. Number three, they say it's something like, you can read it, optical clarity or something, and it bloody is. It's like, whew. There's an optometrist guy who I know who works at the university. I might actually drop him a few different pairs of riding sunglasses and say, could you do a little like summary of what's good about these and what's not? Because I'm curious about the claims. We get a lot of claims by sunglass manufacturer, sporting eyewear manufacturers, and I'm not sure how much of it can be validated. So I might see if I can go about doing that. But first of all, they're super duper light, you know, drilled for lightness. That's a funny reference to the 70s. They're not drilled. But also what I like is that this, see that nose bridge? See that nose bridge? It's like, yeah, it's just sticky and it just fits and it sticks and it stays. And I haven't had any fog up. I haven't had any sweat either. So, and I haven't had any rain. So I don't know if they're hydrophobic, but the lens without the edging, bloody, it's terrific. I actually don't know that I've got them on, only that I'm not sneezing because of the bright glare. So, I don't know, we could do a sunglass review because that's heaps better. I've managed that a lot better than I did the wheel review. But, so first ride in these, don't know what they're called, but I do like them. And there's also a clear lens for those early morning rides in the dark where you don't want your eyes to water and get all like teary because of the wind and the cold. So another thing, I've had a few questions about the old POC because I did a bit of a review. Hang on, a bit of mud here. If I can avoid it, I will. So a few people have written in and said, hey, how's that helmet? I like it. It took a little while to get used to. I will say this. On my first ride, I was complaining about the old indentation on the forehead. I said also that it would probably settle. Just to confirm, it has settled. And it's only now at the very end of a ride, when my head swells and the heat gets to me and different things happen because of exercise, that I need to completely like loosen the ratchet. Well, just loosen the ratchet at the back. No, you don't need a picture of a ratchet, you've got one. And I don't have the big pushes in the thing, in my temple. The foam just seems to settle. Out of the box, it's just a little bit harsh, but with time, everything sorts itself out. So, good news for me and potential customers of POC, because the helmets are great. I forget his name, but there was someone with a rather Spanish name. There was someone who did ask about the strapping. Yes, it is adjustable. No, I haven't done it properly yet. I've fiddled around and then I put a cap on under my helmet one day, and so I fiddled a little bit more, and I haven't completely refined it, but it's completely adjustable. You've just got to sort of pull it out of there, you know, and get it right. But yes, this is so a little bit of a POC overview here. New sunnies, love them. POC ventral air helmet. Been riding for, I don't know, a couple of months. Let's say 4 months. I don't know, 3 months. Anyway, love it. Very comfortable. Medium. Soon you'll see a grey one, which is a POC ventral light. And that doesn't have adjustable straps. It doesn't have white straps. It's grey. and I'll show you that in the next little while. Bloody beautiful swell, but I just spoke to a bloke who was walking away from the coast as I was coming towards the coast. I said anything, and he said nothing, no whales today. Bit of a shame. Anyway, yeah, the bike got dirty, and so did my clothing, and it's not the end of the world. Got better things to worry about, bigger things to worry about. And even those things I'm not going to worry about at the moment. Just going to look at the ocean. Muddy ocean. Yeah, what a year, what a time. You know, fires, pandemic, flood, rain, swell. Oh, what a time. Anyway, whatever. See ya. Thanks for joining me on my ride and a bit of a product review. Kinda, sorta, tried to. Whatever, you know what a dirty bike looks like, right? So anyway, I will say I've got a suite from Finish Line, a bunch of like, I don't want to keep selling you things. I'm just trying to tell you things that I use that are kind of handy. Like, yeah, you can use Mr. Sheen, but I wouldn't suggest it because you can spend a similar amount of money and get actually a bike specific polish from Finish Line. I'd do that. That's heaps better. Anyway. If any of that makes sense, you tuned into my wavelength, and I don't know how you did that because I'm not even doing that. So, back in town, still pretty much nothing to say. I'm going to turn around actually, go back the other way, see if the Swannies are kicking some practice goals, because we're going to see the footy tonight. I'm happy about that. Anyway, that's it. Centennial Park, signing off. New sunny day. Great. Almost road trip day. Road trip eve, I call it, for the first time. Then. I'll just keep the camera out just that little bit longer and show you the new bike path, which I've sort of illustrated before, but on my maiden voyage. I've since taken it a few times and I approve. So here's how it looks. I think that's quite lovely. And you know what? It's also convenient. Oh, that's a rarity. But Sydney, bike path, convenient. They're not crows, they're black cockatoos. Heaps of them. Oh, that's a treat. Oh, happy days. Good news. I remember how to ride a bike. Righto, footy tonight, road trip tomorrow, product testing ahead.